There we go.
Hello, everyone.
Welcome to Pocket List Auction. We got the man, the myth, the legend, Michelangelo here
How's it
from
going?
Ferrari Beverly Hills. I love it. How you doing, Mike?
Life is good. Life is good. Back in LA.
Nice. You were over in Italy, right?
I was in Italy until Sunday.
Nice.
Go to the factory or anything?
Aha.
No.
I tried, but there was also the unveiling of the new one, so it was pretty busy.
Nice. Oh yeah. What did they announce? The XX, the new
Yeah.
SS90.
Yeah.
Yeah, thing's insane.
Pretty chaotic. Yeah.
That's very
It's
cool.
like the first road legal XX, I think, right? Because all of them are like race cars.
But it's numbered. Both of them are numbered Coupe and Spider, so it's gonna be hopefully a big deal.
Oh, so number 2. Okay, that's awesome.
Why did they choose to make this one road legal?
I don't know the specifics yet, but most of the limited edition cars, if they're doing pista, they want to make them road legal. The name itself, I don't know what's the correlation to the fact that's road legal, but we're happy.
That's cool. Yeah, that's going to do really well. They didn't announce like production numbers, right? Like
they
like
did
500
but,
or
I don't know if there's any change. They just released it, so if there's any changes, Ferrari.
yeah, I bet it'll probably be 700, 800 would be my guess.
Yeah, they're getting
how they're doing.
To the 1,000 limit.
They're gonna do 800 units of the XX.
Yeah, I'm sure they will. They're public.
Yeah,
public.
they gotta
You gotta make that money.
Get those numbers. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
yeah, it's pretty insane. And my allocation should be right at the top, I think, right, Michelangelo?
Yeah, you're ready to go.
Yeah, exactly.
Tailor made.
Yeah, tailor made, exactly. Yeah. Well, cool. Well, thanks for jumping on with us, man. So we're this is something we're kind of experimenting with. We got these live auctions, and we're basically counting them down, going live, and our first two auctions went really well. We got the Boss 429 sold for more than expected. Both client and buyer are super happy.
Yeah.
And then the 458, same thing. So buyer and client are happy. So we're kind of rolling. So we're hoping this 488 does pretty well. It's a coupe. It's a 2017. It's got the factory black roof. It's got carbon racing seats. It comes with, I believe, the base stock wheels. If the pictures, if you could pull that up, Jer.
So here's the sticker on it.
Yeah, it's got a good amount of carbon I can see in there.
The carbon bridge, the dashboard.
It's got the lifter. Yeah, it's got the right options.
What's the lifter? Yeah, I can't see it very well from.
Yeah, we can zoom on those the option portion?
It doesn't do very well on that. Let me just pull up a couple photos. So this is the stock vehicle.
Yeah, so it's actually a white car. It's not. Yeah. It's wrapped red.
Yeah, it was wrapped. Yeah.
And that actually looks wrapped as well, because that front lip, that doesn't come painted like that in black.
Maybe
he might have wrapped that.
Probably wrapped that to match the wheels and the upper portion.
Yeah. And then I really like the seats on this one, the carbon fiber seats.
Yeah, it's a pretty nice spec one.
Let's see if I can get a better picture on here. Yeah, there we go.
Is this your car or is it a consignment car? How does it work?
No, it's one of our users. Yeah.
It's one of our users. His name's E-Man. He has a high-end dealership here in the state of Utah, and this was his personal vehicle he drove for a while. So,
is Amir there?
No, his client walked in.
Oh shoot.
But yeah, I mean, it looks proper.
Yeah, pretty nicely spec'd one. We just wanted to kind of get you on and get your 2 cents on a 488. You want to just give like a little backstory on what the 488 was and where it falls in the 488
in general for us has been one of the best selling cars all throughout COVID. Even talking about recent transactions, and market wise, has been holding value amazingly. And from a perspective of ownership, also very reliable all around. Most of these still fall under that maintenance package that was covered by Ferrari since they cover 7 years since new. And nothing. They've been great. Obviously, if it has the original wheels, is what most people like to have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he has those. Yeah.
Yeah, this auction comes with the original wheels as well.
That's valuable. The fact that it has the original MSRP is valuable, and I mean, carbon seats is always well seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks
Yeah,
good.
it's So for those of you who don't know, Michelangelo is basically the newer, more handsome and Italian version of me. So I used to work at Ferrari Beverly Hills, in the same position as him, and so yeah, he's now the kind of better, more Ferrari-esque version of me.
Yeah.
But so when I was there, they announced the 488. And they took our colleague Amir to the racetrack to test it out. I actually had torn my Achilles, so I didn't get to go. But basically, they put and I love the 458. It's an incredible car, last naturally aspirated. But they put the 488 and the 458, and they put people in both cars, and they basically launched them. And I remember Amir saying it felt like the 458 was just sitting still, and the 488 just had so much power and torque being turbocharged that it was like night and day.
Yeah, night and day for sure. And how they put down the power is completely different. I would say a generational change. Also, kind of what the 458 did with the 430. I think there's a big of a gap even between the 458 and the 488.
Yeah, I agree. And also, I think a fun fact is this was the first non-Pininfarina design, right? I think it might even been the first car. I know V8, but it might even be the first car that Ferrari designed in-house and went away from the Pininfarina design.
There was a little bit of drama at the beginning, but then with time, people loved it. Actually, when the F8 came out, a lot of people were like, "Oh, we love the 480. It looked much better." There was a little bit of drama at the beginning. So it's still aging very well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it still looks incredible. Yeah. Well, cool. So where are we at in terms of we're still sitting at 190? Is that right, Jer?
Yeah, the latest bid came in about 15 minutes ago, 190. So this is a slower auction than the 458.
Still got 12 minutes left. The auction doesn't start till the last 2 minutes.
Yep, pretty much.
I'm gonna step out real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good. All right, thanks, Mike.
We'll play out.
All right.
So yeah, I personally prefer the Vossen wheels. I don't know. I like the way that they look, but I can understand the allure of wanting to make sure, if you're trying to build a collection, that you have the original wheels.
In the Ferrari world, you gotta have everything stock. That's there's a bit of a stigma around that, with the guys that sell Ferraris and but I totally get it. Like, you want to have the original everything, right? So
but I mean, even this wrap is I saw it in person yesterday. It's particularly beautiful. Like, it actually doesn't, it has some nice reflections in the material.
Okay, so it's like a bit of a metallic.
Yeah, like at a quick glance, you wouldn't think it's a wrap. Like, it just doesn't give that wrap. Like, wraps sometimes have kind of a matte feeling. So this is the particular brand on this one was a Nosetech. I guess it's a German wrap manufacturer, and it's specifically it's Corsa Red. It's a Ferrari color. And so, yeah, like when you walk up to it, it has all the reflections of a normal painted vehicle. And so you wouldn't think that it's a wrap until you get closer and you really start to inspect it. But that being said, the wrap is easy to remove if you want to bring the vehicle back to factory specs. It does have full PPF on the front, so it's in excellent condition.
PPF over the wrap?
I don't know if it was over the wrap or under.
Okay. Well, it's double protected.
Yeah. I mean, over the wrap, I guess that's it's double, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Oh, so it's got the Italian flag on the back. That's a that was an extra Campanario option.
oh, cool.
Yeah, that doesn't come stock. That's cool.
Cool.
Yeah, you can kind of tell a little bit. Yeah, it's got it's not yeah. It's slightly off from Rosa Corsa. You can
Yeah.
tell, but
Yeah.
it's nice. It's cool. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not
it's
bad. I mean,
you know,
it
resale
looks,
red they call it.
yeah, it looks really cool in person. I like this white though. This is a stunning color.
Yeah, I kind of like it better in white. That's just my take. I
Especially
built a
with those
few of them.
those seats on the inside.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
the Daytona style, retro racing seats.
Yep. And I
And
like the side markers that they're like kind of blacked out. That's kind of a cool look. I don't know
Yeah.
if depending on the state you're in, that you might get in a little trouble, but I've never heard anything. California is, I think, one of the worst, but nobody I know actually had any issues with that.
Yeah.
But it just looks so much better. So
Yeah.
those are the stock wheels right there. Those are the
Yep.
those photos there. Yeah.
The original wheels that will come with it.
Very cool.
So what else, Phil? I mean, what else do we need to know about the 488 that, you have some background info being an ex-Ferrari guy and, having kind of some of those insider, information.
Yeah, it's kind of what Michelangelo said. It's a lot of just like, they brought things in house, so it's, internal design, in terms of reliability, it's quite a bit better. It's still going to have the, the 7-year warranty, 7-year maintenance plan and the three-year warranty. So you can extend that out to 7 years. So actually even 10 years, I think now. But yeah, so it'll most likely still have the annual services included with it. Yeah, it's really just, I mean, it was night and day from the 458, which I love. It's a totally different thing, but the moment you go turbocharged, that thing just absolutely destroys the 458 on the track.
Yeah. It just probably has so much more torque than those old naturally aspirated V8 engines. What's the red line on this engine?
I actually don't even know. I mean, I would, look it up, but I guess you're probably talking 8,000, something like that.
Oh no, it's interesting. It's only 7,500.
7,500. Okay, all right.
But the red line on the tach. Oh, I'm in a forum at Ferrari Chat, so a guy's talking about how his particular one keeps hitting the rev limiter at 7,500, but the red line on the tach is 8,000. So that's actually pretty close to the 9,000 that is on the 458. That's not too far off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot lower.
Yeah.
Well, cool, man. I'm hoping we get some bids today. Jeez.
Yeah, maybe we get some
down
last
7 minutes.
7 minutes left.
We're at 190.
That's a bit low. I mean, the classic.com comp on this is like in the 235 to 240 range at least.
Yeah, that's about where I would imagine it would land for a coupe.
Yeah.
What was the original sticker on it? Do we have the MSRP?
Yeah, let me pull that up real quick. Let's see, docs right here. It's a little hard to see on this
let's see
thing, but yeah. So original MSRP was $319.
$319. That's a really good spec. I mean, that's pretty heavy. I would say most cars came in like the 250 price range, maybe 260, 270. So this is on the heavier side. So yeah, it looks like it's got all the driver zone carbon fiber. It's got, I think that's AFS.
It's got the two-tone package was basically $12,000.
Yeah,
that's on the headrest.
I love that option. I even put a comment on the thing. I just think it's such a cool option. It changes the lines of the car. And it's really expensive when you could just wrap it for $1,000 or $2,000. But when people actually pay for that, I love it. I just think it's one of the cooler options to have.
The other thing this one had that you and I noticed yesterday was the carbon fiber around the tachometer.
Yes.
So I don't know which package that one is. Is that the central? No, not the bridge. The driver zone plus LEDs.
Yep, that's a driver zone. Yeah, so that's basically the steering wheel, and then all of the tachometer, the tach surround and stuff like that. Cool. So yeah, then it has a central bridge to match, and dashboard inserts, which goes across the whole whole front. So basically, the whole kind of inner compartment is in carbon.
Cool.
Has a lifter, which is like a, you know, for some people a deal breaker with steep driveways. Oh, he's back. What's up, Mike?
How's it going?
So we're just going through the options on this thing. Oh yeah, it has shields, which is super important. Which I just without shields.
Do people actually spec Ferraris without the shields on the side? Why?
I would say very few do. I would say I don't know what your experience in this, Mike, but most of the like really crazy rich people are the ones that don't put shields on it because they don't care about resale value. But like if it doesn't have shields, people are like, a lot of the time they don't want the car.
Yeah, it's definitely a niche. I would say the main reason is to be understated. So I believe it's more of a European thing. Here, it's kind of normal to drive around a Ferrari, ironically. But in Europe, sometimes people want to be a little bit more low key. So even just taking off the shields at night, you know, it can just look like a sports car, you know, sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, the dealer we worked at was Ferrari Beverly Hills in the center of Los Angeles. So understated was not a typical thing.
No,
for us.
For us it's very rare. Usually it's a mistake if they don't have it.
Yeah, it's a mistake. Oh, yeah, Ferrari's ordering system is not. I mean, I guess you probably shouldn't, you know, publicly talk about this, but it was difficult to work with Modus. I'm like hoping that they've improved it since I've left, but yeah, it was not we literally would print it onto paper and then take it from paper and then put it back into the system, you know, like digital to paper to digital, and like, you know, occasionally you'd have stuff happen in between then. So
it's pretty similar.
Oh, so we got a bid. We got a bid that just came in. Let's see what happened here.
All right.
Keith C came in at 192,500.
All right.
And that would be a
it's gonna come down to the wire here.
Yeah. Right.
Is Amir there? Is he at the shop today?
Yes, but I think he just walked out for lunch.
Oh, okay.
So Michelangelo, where'd you go in Italy?
I'm from Rome, so you know.
You're from Rome, so you're like a true Italian.
I consider myself, yes.
So I have ancestors from Italy, but we're from down south, so don't judge us. But you know, they're from our ancestors are from Sicily. You know, some of the towns surrounding there, and they ended up out here probably 3 generations ago.
Yeah, they built.
So we went out there 10 years ago and visited all the towns, saw some living relatives. It was pretty fun.
It's the best. Italy never changes.
No.
Yeah.
So how do you like living in, you know, LA, West LA versus Rome?
In the heart of Beverly Hills. It's fun. It's fun. It's no, here, you know, Italians always like to live in nice places in the world, you know. So there's a lot of Italians also here.
Yeah. Well, we got another bid that came in at 195 from Gary.
All right. We're creeping up.
Yeah.
Does this car
So, Mike, anything cool in the pipeline that is public facing that you can tell us about?
Tell us some Ferrari scoops.
No, the scoops are the ones that are public.
Yeah.
Anything?
What else do we have? I haven't even been paying that close attention. I just saw the SF90XX, but
the other two are.
What's kind of new? What are new products that you got?
The SUV, obviously, the Puro Sangue.
When do they think that's arriving? Roughly,
Europe, starting, you know, production. Obviously, Europe always gets the first dibs. We expect probably within a year and a half, probably the first site, but most of them will be 2-3 years out.
Got it.
We got another bid, 197.5 from Sean Yu. Sorry, I'll shout them out, but you guys keep your conversation going about the Ferrari stuff.
Okay, so the Pure Song, that thing's we've been waiting on that for a while.
Yeah, when did those hit in the US? Did he say? I was
saying probably a year and a half, something like that.
They're so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't wait.
Like everyone, I was
You're a killer.
skeptical that Ferrari could make a cool SUV, and they actually did. You know, like
Supposedly the way it drives is gonna be the crazy one. You know, not only the looks, but the way it drives is gonna be not comparable to any other SUV.
wow.
Yeah, I always loved the FF and the Lusso. I mean, they you know, you gotta really like that shooting brake design. But I mean, in terms of the way it drove, like, I mean, I loved it. I love that thing.
Yeah,
All-wheel drive, you
I
know?
would I would say almost identical, but imagine it with a higher driving position, you know, on a high
Yeah.
the ride. So I think it's gonna be insane because those cars are fun to drive. The FF and the Lusso, you know, if you ever drove one, you can't say they're not fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they always would do those like the FF or the Lusso on ice events. Have you gone out and done anything like that?
No, I haven't. I've done only things in sunny California or Miami.
Oh, you did one in Miami?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I did one up in Denver for the Lusso. That was a pretty cool event. Except it was during the summer, so there's like no ice.
So on the Puro, how many allocations did Ferrari Beverly Hills get? I imagine they got a decent amount.
Yeah, here we always get along a big amount. The allocation numbers is never something we disclose,
Yep.
but it's pretty.
They get, yeah, they're one of the top, you know, one of the top dealers always.
As far as allocation wise, it's not big. You know, the SUV in general, it's they're keeping it. We are just because we're a big store, but in general, we won't see many around.
Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. Like, you know, Ferrari has just such a great brand, and like, a lot of people don't get the whole thing of like, you know, you got to give the car back to them, which like, I totally get. And when I explain it, it like you have to like humanize it. You know, it's kind of there's a bit of a stigma around Ferrari for that, but it's there's just so few products, right? And it has such high resale value. Like you have to be very careful with, and Ferrari can't charge over MSRP. People don't realize that. Like, you know, all the other manufacturers want them to sell at MSRP, but Ferrari can't. They have to sell it at MSRP, right?
Correct.
So
that's where
yeah, so that
I love
so
the
you
brand.
want guys that'll bring it back to you, right? That you trust and that you know and trust, right?
Correct.
So,
And I believe that their business model is amazing because they sell your products for MSRP, and then the used car value is actually the value. It's not like a pumped number from the dealers, a charge over sticker plus. You know, it's just like it creates a real market on the used market for me.
yeah, 100%. And like it's very hard as a business to like pick who gets those cars and when. Like there's a lot of thought that goes into that, and you know, most people are just used to having the buyer control everything, right? And so it kind of flips it on its head, and it's kind of like, well, no, like we want to give it to people that are going to bring it back and that are, you know, put food on the table for our families, right? You know, it's not, everybody wants to like villainize it, but it's not that. It's like we want to give it to people that we trust, right?
Yeah, it's very important for people to understand that when you buy a Ferrari, no matter, you know, which model it is, it gets you into Ferrari. And then especially if you service it at a Ferrari dealership, if you know someone at the Ferrari dealership, he will be able to get you new models and allocations. And there's a whole relationship that's completely different from other brands. So, you know, you buy this 48, you have the option to eventually bring this car back for sale in a Ferrari dealership and build a relationship from there, you know?
Yeah, 100%. It's a lot more human of a thing. People like to villainize it, but I never like that. It's you got to kind of flip it and look at it from a you know, like a relationship perspective.
No, it really is. Whoever and there's always a little bit of gamble, you know, from our side. If we sell a new car for MSRP, you never know if someone eventually decides to run away with it. But
yeah,
most of the people have the best experience are the ones that stick around.
Yes.
We take
Yes.
care of them, and they get nicer cars and more rare models. So, and the 488, for example, is an amazing car to start with. If it's your first one.
Yeah, it's all a relationship. So we got down to the wire here. We had it was down to like literally 10 seconds. What are we at? We're at 45 seconds. We're at 207.
Yeah, we're in the
We've got a few guys in here. We got Gary, Gary S, Philip H, great name. Sean U. Those are kind of the three. Oh, and Keith. We got 3 guys in the running here.
He threw one down, let's see, a while ago, 192.5, but I don't know if he's been back since. Nope. So it's really Gary S, Sean U, and Philip H are like kind of the 3 moving this guy forward.
Nice. Sean U, 208. All right. Yeah, I mean, this should really ultimately like land in the, like you were saying, at a minimum like 230, right? Like.
Yeah, I think the reserve is somewhere in that area. Like, I don't know what the reserve is exactly, and we don't really like to talk about reserve, but publicly. But I think it is kind of competitive with what the market is.
All right, it's coming down to the wire here. If you have to jump off, Mike, definitely jump off. Because this may keep getting bid up for a while.
Yeah, it may keep going for a while.
Yeah,
I'm curious to where that is. It's no problem.
Yeah. Is Sam there today?
Yeah, she's here.
She is. Nice.
So, do you go by Michelangelo or Mike? Which one is it, Phil or Mike?
Whatever sells the car.
So I started.
Great answer.
I started Italian lessons. On the app on my phone. I've been taking it every night for about 30 minutes. I'm pretty miserable at it, but I do know how to say, arrivederci and
Piacere.
You just have to go there for, I don't know if you're married or not, but just go there and meet people.
Yeah. Salvo, Dio sono Jeremy,
Go there for 3 months, you turn become back Italian.
It's a cool language. I like it.
Romantic one, right?
Okay, so Gary S threw one up.
All right.
So you guys are expecting this car to finish in the 230s?
That's what I would imagine. I bet the reserve's probably that. It's a what is it, 7,000 mile? How many miles on this guy?
It was a bit higher mileage. I think it was
15,000. So,
but it's a single owner. He originally spec'd it from Ferrari of Salt Lake City, Utah.
Okay.
So it's been very well maintained, full records, all that stuff. So
yeah, it's got 2 sets of wheels, which is nice. Good options.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited to have you on, Mike. I appreciate it. It's just kind of something new that we're doing, and we'll see how it goes. But we've had actually really good success. So it's awesome to have you on here and get your feedback. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you having me. But I see that, 230 is kind of low.
I still think that's low. Yeah, I agree.
I actually think it should probably be closer to 250 because, like I said, the Classic.com comps were in the 230 to 245-ish range. This one's got some nice upgrades, and it's a high MSRP, vehicle.
Yeah. The closest car I sold was 2016 with 9,600 miles. We sold it for 245.
245. Okay.
45.
It's a 16, and
16.
I remember it was a really light spec. I think no lifter, nothing. So this one looks like painted roof. This definitely looks a little bit better. Spec.
Yeah.
I want to check out Classic.com to see where they've been landing. Yeah. Okay. There's like a similar comp. Yeah, 270 lower miles. Yeah, so I bet. Yeah, I bet you're right. I bet it's probably probably 245, 250 is probably where this thing should actually end up.
We sold a 2017 for 290 with
2017.
like 3,000, a little over 3,000 miles. So I mean, it sounds like a
So
good
lower miles.
yeah, lower miles, but not that, you know.
And this has a great spec. I mean, it was a, what did we say it was, 350 ish?
Yeah,
I think it was 320. Let me pull it up.
320. Yeah, it's a pretty heavy spec for a coupe.
Yeah, I mean, that for a coupe, it was, let's see, 320. Yeah.
Yeah, 320. Okay.
My rule of thumb is anything over 3 for a coupe is a pretty decent spec.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like it just ended, but it did not hit reserve. So the last bid was at 213.
All right. Well, that's less than ideal. Yeah, we definitely should have been higher, but yeah, appreciate you jumping on, Mike. That was it was fun. I really appreciate it. Send my love to the whole Ferrari BH crew, James and Amir and Sam and everyone. It's Santi.
They're all here. They're all here, and they'll say hi for you.
Please do, man.
Okay.
All right, and then maybe if we have another one of these, we'll get you back on here.
Yeah, let me know about this one. We might be interested in just buying it. We'll if it comes with the original wheels, we'll give you a number.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we can put something together after the auction.
Cool. See you guys.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Hey, Mike.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
Okay.